Transurfer and the Transurfing Curious. My name is Renee Garcia and this is TransurfingTV. And today, this is going to be a little bit of a weird one. I'm going to tell you guys something very, very strange that happened to me. I was actually disturbed by this event. It was so bizarre. And I'm going to talk a lot about some of the things that people experience when they are actively transurfing, synchronicities, magic, and reality glitches. This is probably a video for people that are active transurfers, because if you're not an active transurfer, you're going to be like, what the hell is she talking about? Before I get started though, remember to like this video and comment below. My world is taking care of me. To enter my daily giveaway for my reprogramming stickers, join us on Facebook, Teachable Course Reality 2.0 down below, y'all. And subscribe, like, engage, comment, do all that good stuff. So, where do I even start with this one? I hear so many really bizarre things, strange stories, strange serendipitous things, synchronistic, is that a word? Synchronistic events, synchronicities, little magical things playing out in people's realities, reality glitches. And usually when I get these messages, it's from people that like their minds are blown and they're like, what is going on? One of the last ones that I got, a reality glitch one, a gal said that she passed a unique looking car on the freeway, and miles up ahead she saw the car in front of her when she knows for a fact that the car never passed her. So here's the thing with the reality glitches. We're sort of convinced, I guess you could say, that reality functions in one static kind of way for everyone. And when you start to really break down some of these structured ways of thinking, right? That time is linear, that things happen in a specific way each time, that apples fall to the ground and not up. You know, one of Vadim Zeland's books. All of these structured ways of thinking can be reversed. And when you start to see reality through the reality transurfing filter, things start to happen that are super weird, sometimes freaky, very bizarre, and it's very common for an active transurfer to experience all this stuff. One of my little tricks that I like to suggest, I actually have a video on this for those of you that are not aware of it, the reality transurfing card trick. It's not really a card trick, it's more like, I don't even want to say it's a phenomenon. It's just a thing. And it really goes to show you that reality can offer different things when you open your eyes to, you know, different possibilities. And that's my card trick. The idea, the thing that happened to me probably a few years ago. I was walking down the street and I saw a playing card on the ground and I was like, that's weird, a random playing card. And then, like, I don't know, a couple days later, I saw in an entirely different part of town another playing card on the ground. And I was like, weird, there's another playing card. And then they just started to increase and they popped up almost everywhere. And I was like, okay, what the hell is going on? So I Googled finding playing cards on the ground. And sure enough, like, there's people that have collected entire decks of cards that they found on the ground. So the reason that this is a valuable example of what it is that I'm talking about is probably now, if you have not yet experienced this, there was actually a guy on the Facebook group, he made a video and he was walking with his son and he found an entire deck of cards like strewn an entire block. They were everywhere. He was like, what? And his mind was just totally blown. So here's the thing with this. Once I talk about this, it is going to be a little bit embedded in your mind. And you don't have to try to do anything. At some point you will come across a card now, or something that has a card on it, or another sort of image with a playing card or something. You will see that. And this really starts to highlight this aspect of reality transurfing, that what you choose to see, what you draw your attention to, will increase exponentially in your reality. And this is a perfect example. So my first point here, you exponentially see what you intend to see. This can be a firm intention. This can be a soft intention. So what I mean by that is you can say to yourself, I want to see this. Now again, remember, you can't choose the time frame. Your mirror, your reality, will present that to you in its own time. You just set the intention, and sure enough, at a certain point it will pop up. I do this with sales all the time. I'm like, I want to make 3 really good sales this week. Or I know this is kind of like going against the time frame thing, but I've actually gotten it to a point where I can do the time frame thing because I know exactly what I need to do to facilitate that action happening. So I set the firm intention, the hard intention. I want to see 3 sales, and then they boom, boom, boom come in. Now you can set a soft intention. Soft intention just means, like right now talking about the cards, that you just kind of absorb the information and then you just let the thing happen. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to try to see the cards. This is outer intention bringing the cards in your direction, right? So this is a very, very powerful little example of this. Synchronicities. I'll talk a little bit about synchronicities now in my theory on what synchronicities are. Synchronicities are a sign you are merging to your optimal life track. So again, as we move through the alternative space, we start to highlight a different sector of reality with our thoughts and our frequency and our actions. Now, when you start thinking in a different direction, acting in a different direction, and your frequency is changing, you connect with material, information, and evidence in your external environment that supports a new theory, that supports that new frequency, that supports that stream of thought, right? So if you think to yourself, I want to live a magical reality. I want to live a magical reality where I experience synchronicities and magic and reality glitches all the time. That sounds like a lot of fun. And you then set the intention to see more of this stuff, to experience more of this stuff. You start thinking in line of seeing more of this stuff and experiencing more of this stuff, and your frequency changes. Maybe you work on getting your frequency up, getting a little more positive, maybe focusing on self-care, maybe, whatever you can do to get yourself feeling a little bit better in your reality, and then you'll connect with a little bit better stuff. Right? And if you change it to magic, and I know this sounds like a little woo-woo, I'm sure some of you are going to watch it and be like, oh my God, this is bizarre. And it is bizarre. But setting the intention to see more magic, right? As you merge over to that intended version of reality that you want to experience, synchronicities are going to come up. This is you actually moving to that sector of reality. Magic is there. Awareness highlights it. There is everything. There is everything. There's magic. There's nightmarish stuff, right? There's if you believe reality is a static way and you just look at it, it is what it is, then you're highlighting that sector of reality, and that's the sector of reality that's going to materialize. Any type of reality you want to experience, as Vadim Zeland says, evidence to support all theories, right? If you believe that there's some, you know, off the wall version of reality out there and you want to experience that, if you start thinking like that, and if you start calling your awareness to even the smallest little example of that, again, you exponentially see what you intend to see. So if you want more of this, set the intention, start raising your frequency a bit, think more like that, act in the direction. Maybe it's me and my world are going for a walk, right? Going out into the world with the intention for some of this to happen, and I guarantee you will see it, and it'll blow your mind if you haven't experienced it already, and I know a lot of the transurfers in the group have. So set the intention to experience magic. Magic for me, a lot of my magic is like, you know, opportunity magic. People reaching out to me. Hey, can I help you with this? Hey, I got an idea for you. Hey, what about doing things like this? And I'll literally say to myself, things are starting to feel a little bit, you know, a little bit stagnant. I need some new information coming in. And the very next day, somebody will email me and be like, hey, I've got a great idea. And I'm like, there it is. There's outer intention bringing me exactly what I have intended to see, what I've chosen to see, right? That stuff was going to be there. That person was going to email me. That opportunity was going to present itself. But it's my mind and my intention that actually highlights the fact that it's there. Otherwise, it just flows right by me. Like a lot of other information material and evidence to support different theories flows by me, right? I get to choose which version of reality I intend to see, I want to experience, and then my reality presents that stuff to me in abundance, right? So before I finish this video, I will tell you about what happened to me. Very, very strange story. I, about a year ago, had a dream that I was Tufty in the dream. I know a lot of people think that this character is me. This character is not me. This is Tatiana Samarina. She's a Russian transurfing instructor, and this is her. This is not me. But a lot of people do think this is me and confuse me with her. Anyway, I had a dream that I was actually Tufty. I had the red makeup on, and something happened. I started to cry, or some water got on my face. I can't remember that part of the dream specifically, but I remember feeling anxiety that my makeup was going to smear. And I walked over to this very large wall that was all mirror. I know, super transurfing, right? And I started to splash my face with water. And I looked up into the mirror, and the makeup was perfectly in place. It like wouldn't wash off. And when I looked more closely, I could see that it was actually the color of my skin. It wasn't in fact makeup, that my face was Tufty face. And I never told anybody about this dream, except my partner. I told my partner. I think maybe the moderators, I told them. But then a couple of months ago, I was in Mexico and I got this book, the new fictional Tufty story, and I started reading it. And there was a part in the book where Tufty started crying, and she looked to Matilda, and Matilda, she said, "Oh, is my makeup running?" And she said, "No, it's on perfectly," and it wasn't budging at all. And this like super blew my mind, because there was about a year difference and I knew nothing of this story that was going to be in here. So I started to like really trip out on this, and finally I got up the gall to ask Vadim. I'm like, okay, do you know why I had this dream a year ago? And then you wrote about it in the book. And he says to me, keep your wits about you. Lots of very strange things happen when you're a reality transurfer. And I was like, oh my God, that is so freaking weird. So that's what I have to say to you. If you're experiencing any of this kind of stuff, lots of weird stuff happens when you're a reality transurfer. Don't question it. Don't, it's no cause for concern. You're just seeing reality. You're just experiencing reality in a different way. And if you want to experience some of this stuff, set the intention to experience it. Go out for a walk in your world with the intention to see magic or some kind of reality glitch or some sort of serendipitous thing or synchronicity, and I guarantee you, your reality will entertain you. It is a lot of fun when you get into this practice. So one last little thing, I have given this challenge to people before who really doubt this. Oh, I've never seen anything like that. Oh, I've never seen any playing cards. For 30 consecutive days, set the intention that you're going to see one of these things a day, and before you know it, they will be popping up exponentially, and it gets really, really fun. So just, you don't have to try, right? Just when you're out for a walk, when you're on the bus, when you're driving to work, when you're doing whatever, just pay attention to your external environment, and when the thing happens, when you see this thing, say, there's my magic, right? Acknowledge it, there's my magic. And then the next day do it again, and then before you know it, you're like tuned into that sector of reality, and those experiences pop up all over the place, and it is a lot of fun. So remember to like this video, subscribe, and comment below, and thank you so much for watching. Bye guys.